Hi guys. So part 7. I forgot to tell you what I was going to say. Right, part 7. Okay. Got down here last night, literally just after midnight. Um, in me traveller wagon. So I picked this up Monday. A bit more comfy than the trailer tent. Um, not had a bad night's sleep actually. I actually even got a few hours sleep, which obviously I don't never sleep. So, but actually had a few hours last night. Woke up early this morning, into the hall, kicked around. We didn't go on till or even book in till I think it was about 1 o'clock or something. Couple of rounds of practice. Truck felt great. Really nervous about putting the truck on. Just didn't know what it was going to do. Obviously brand new EOS carpet. So put the truck on. Haven't touched it since junction 16. Chucked it on, and it was really wet, really good. Probably a little bit wallowy in the back. Spoke to Dan Austin from RPRC, team boss, and just asked him about the rear camber link positions, and he sort of hooked me up with a different camber link, so I could run shorter arms because it was already on the shortest. It's got an extra hole on it, made by Gordon Mellish, Ian Mellish's dad, one of the techno drivers. Chucked that on the car for practice 2 and just transformed the truck. Really good. The practice sort of, you had to do 2 quick laps. So even though I actually won one of the practices, if you can win a practice, I ended up coming. I think some guys had just gone absolutely blacked out for a couple, so I qualified 4th. So a couple of fast guys in front. Russ. It's late. I forgot your name, Russ. Um, it'll come back to me. Mark Bismere, and I think I think it was Mark Williams. It's really doing me that I can't remember Russ's name, but we all know Russ. Um, yeah, so I had a bit of a battle with Russ. He made a mistake. I got in front. He's all over me. He just managed to tag my back end. Give him his dues. He let me through a bit later on. I caught him back up, and he just moved over, let me through. Managed to the guy, Mark Williams, really fast guy, really quick. I think we're all as quick as each other. It's just a bit of luck. Mark was in pole, so just clear track, and off he went. Track's not really an overtaking track. It's just point to point to point. It's just corner jump, corner jump, corner jump. Really fun to drive, especially with the trucks. But yeah, so it was good. Managed to squeak up to second, so I took a second place in quali 1. Tyres were about done. I'd used them at another meeting, junction 16. Decided to put them on. Wasn't sure whether it was going to grip roll. Obviously, on brand new EOS carpet. Went with it, and truck was really good. Obviously, I started in second place for this one, so not so much traffic. Mark made a mistake. I managed to get into the lead, stay there. But about a third of the way in, I heard a little click, and I was overtaking a back marker, and I thought, was that me or him, or was it a body shell catching? But sure enough, as I come over the tabletop in front of us, click, click, click. I thought, well, that's definitely my truck, and it's not supposed to be making that noise. So it just got worse and worse and worse, even to the point where Muzz picked it up, going past race control. Of course, he's on the mic saying, "Oh, it's getting worse, it's getting worse." He's nursing it, as Muzz always does. He puts the pressure on. Oh, so and so's closer, so and so's closer, so and so's closer. So, but yeah, I managed to literally do the last 2/3 of the track. Wasn't sure what it was. It was horrendously bad noise, worse than a stripping spur gear. So I knew it was fairly bad. Managed to get it home and actually take the win in round 2. So really pleased with that. Probably a little bit of luck with the other guys maybe getting tangled up. I didn't actually see, but yeah, I managed to just stay clean, keep it rolling. be smooth with it and not to strip anything out. It turned out it actually stripped the crown gear, which, to be honest, it's not really a surprise that this happened. Obviously, it's a 4-wheel drive truck that got converted to 2-wheel drive. There's no slipper clutch in there. It is a lock centre diff, so it's direct drive. So even driving it, I'm having to sort of work twice as hard as everyone else, just trying to feed power rather than just letting the slipper clutch do it. Which on a really tight technical track, you know, with these fast guys, it's really hard to do, but it's fun to drive. Truck's actually easy to drive and easy to drive fast. Jumps awesome. I can't really explain how this truck jumps. As a 2 and 4-wheel drive, it just jumps mega. But yeah, so so we've done two practice and we've done 2 qualifying. So with the first and a second, I'm sitting top of the tree going into tomorrow. Dan Austin, I ripped the gearbox out. Dan Austin got his hands mucky, chucked a new pinion gear in. So all I had to do was just literally put a crown gear on and then put it all back together before I left tonight. Massive thanks to Dan, been great help. Every time I've asked him something, he's kind of known what he's doing, you know what I mean, knows what I need and knows what I don't need and what not to do, which is always good, you know, when you're on that, especially at a big meeting like this, when you go to it and you're not sure and you start second guessing yourself. So, you know, if I go to him and I can say this, that, the other, he can say, well, yeah, that or not, you know. So definitely the short camber links. So thanks, Gordon Mellish, because that part you made up worked a treat. And yeah, it's gonna be fast tomorrow, furious tomorrow. Pitted next to Will Shakechef, Cov guy, short course national guy. He's doing all right. He's going clean. But the talent here are Bruno Coelho, Martin Berger, Elliot Boots, Craggy, Lee Martin, Kev Lee, Awolski, you know, and that's just to name a few. I mean, the guys from the stadium trucks. You know, if you'd brought a stadium truck here today, you'd have thought, you know, I've got a good chance, and then turns out half them guys are running stadium trucks. So what they probably thought might have been I'll say an easier run. They've all been kicked down 10 spots because these boys are all decided to do stadium truck as well. So, but they were fun to watch, stadium trucks. Yeah, I can't really say any more, really. I've had my KFC. I'm in bed. I broke my telly. So I'm not watching telly tonight. So, yeah, I'm nice and warm. I've managed to get my heater to work. First time, don't know. Managed to get that work, so it's nice and warm in here. And I'll probably just try and find some stuff on Facebook, see if I can see any of the racing on there. I've not been on my phone really all day. I took a quick walk around video, but that's about it. So massive thanks to RPRC Distributions, Ultimate Remaps, for sponsorships this year. Helps loads. I'm not a rich man by any way, shape or form. As most of you know, I can't even afford a pair of trousers. I'm in a £300 caravan, and I pretty much spend all my money that I get on racing, which isn't a lot. So, but it keeps us racing, and you know, it keeps us having fun. Keeps us in the sport, and keeps me out of trouble mainly. So yeah, so that's it. So hopefully I'll do another video tomorrow. We're here, we're racing, and we're having fun. Everyone seems to be really happy. Some really fast early on race. I mean, the 2-wheel drive buggies today that finished off, they were going down to Q final, you know, and it's like to go home and say, what did you make? Oh, well, I made an M final, and you think, Christ, you know. But I watched some of the racing, and even like the M finals, there were fast guys in there, you know. And I watched a couple of some of the racing. Ian Hawkins' race, he had an absolute cracker, really good race. I'm not sure what fine it was. It as far as, you know, being high up in the alphabet, it wasn't very high, but the you know, there's a lot of guys here I don't know. There's quite a few I do know, but there's a lot of guys I don't know, and they're just on fire. Guys are so fast, you know. And unless you get around the country, you don't sort of realise, you know, you have a few fast ones in your area, a few fast ones there, but they seem to have all come together today. So to make any sort of, I mean, I've watched even some, you know, some quick guys today, and they've kind of made a, I won't say they've made a mess of it, but they're just, you know, the kind of nowhere, you know, where you would think they would be. But I mean, some of them are, you know, they're well happy anyway that they've got where they've got. I mean, most people are just happy that they're here and racing. So thanks a lot, guys. There is a subscribe button. Whack it if you want to hear me drivel on some more. Just like say, Paul Nutton, you look quite nice in your darts jacket. You should be winning this season at the local pub tournaments. And I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks a lot.